The tension in the luxurious loft was thick as Rasheeda Frost paced back and forth, her mind racing. She had just discovered the painful truth about Kirk's affair, and it had shattered her trust in him. The evidence was clear, and she knew she couldn't just sit back and let him get away with it. If Kirk wanted to play dirty, she was ready to show him how well she could play the game. Rasheeda had made up her mind. She needed to act, and fast. She decided to take control of the situation with a public announcement that would make sure everyone knew exactly what had been happening. She called a press conference knowing it would be the talk of the town. As reporters and cameras gathered, the air buzzed with anticipation. Rasheeda arrived at the venue in an outfit that radiated both elegance and defiance. She looked every bit the powerful woman she was about to prove herself to be. Standing at 1A. The podium, Rasheeda's calm demeanor held an underlying intensity. "Thank you all for coming," she began, her voice steady but with a hint of excitement. "I have something important to share, and I want to be clear about what comes next." The reporters leaned forward, eager to hear what she had to say. "As many of you know, my relationship with Kirk Frost has faced some challenges." She paused, letting the words sink in before delivering the truth. "And it's true. Kirk has been unfaithful." "But here's where it gets interesting," Rasheeda said with a confident smile. "I'm not just moving forward. I'm doing it with someone who truly supports me, someone who has shown me what real partnership feels like." The room, already buzzing from her shocking reveal about Kirk's infidelity, grew even more electric. And just as the murmurs started building again, a tall, handsome man stepped forward. He had a calm, collected presence that stood in stark contrast to the chaos that had surrounded Rasheeda's life lately. His name was Adrian, and with just one look, it was clear he was nothing like Kirk. Cameras flashed as reporters scrambled to snap photos and throw out questions. One voice cut through the noise. "Who is he? How did you two meet?" Rasheeda looked over at Adrian with a sparkle in her eyes. This moment, right here, felt like freedom. "This is Adrian," she said, warmly. "We've been spending time together for a while now. He's been a rock during everything I've been going through, just a solid friend and partner. I'm genuinely happy to be stepping into this new phase of my life with him." Adrian, standing by her side, offered a firm handshake to the reporters, his expression calm and genuine. He didn't seem shaken at all by the flashing lights or the noise. He was grounded, present, and clearly ready for the attention that came with being Rasheeda's new man. "We met through mutual friends," Adrian explained, keeping his tone easy and humble. "There was no rush, no pressure. Things just grew naturally between us. I'm here to support Rasheeda and walk with her as she builds her next chapter." The questions started flying again. Everything from how long they'd been together to whether Adrian would appear on camera with her in the future. Rasheeda answered them all with a mix of grace, clarity, and a touch of playful sass. You could tell she wasn't there to dwell on the past anymore. She was owning her truth and loving the fact that, for once, she was calling the shots. As the press conference came to a close, Rasheeda and Adrian walked out of the building hand in hand. Their fingers laced together like a quiet promise. This was the start of something different. Camera flashes continued to go off behind them, documenting the exact moment Rasheeda reclaimed her life. It was a bold move, not just revealing Kirk's betrayal, but showing the world that she wasn't broken by it. In fact, she looked more powerful than ever. Later that night, walking away from the noise and lights, Rasheeda felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: peace. After riding a 25-year emotional roller coaster with Kirk, filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and public drama, she had finally hit her limit. Rumors were already swirling that Rasheeda was preparing to file for divorce, and honestly, no one would blame her. For years, she had endured Kirk's reckless behavior. From his denial of fatherhood during her pregnancy to wild nights caught on camera during Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, it was clear she had given him more chances than most people ever would. Even Rasheeda's mother, Shirlene, had made headlines after running over Kirk's motorcycle in a moment of pure frustration. But now, it seemed like Rasheeda had reached a turning point. After years of holding it together, for the cameras, the business, the family, she was finally putting herself first. And if the divorce does happen, It would mark a huge shift in her story. Fans have watched her juggle it all: her music, her fashion business, motherhood, and that rocky marriage. But now, she's done living in survival mode. Rasheeda's ready to thrive. Nothing's been signed yet, but emotionally, she's already moved on. And with Adrian by her side, she just might be stepping into the happiest chapter of her life yet. Is it that you're still trying to work things out, or do you think it's just better for the two of you to stay apart for now? Rasheeda took a breath, clearly reflecting on all the emotions behind that question. Well, we've talked about it, she began. We actually sat down and had a real conversation about possibly avoiding going straight through lawyers. We thought maybe we could try to agree on things ourselves, figure some of it out between us first. Her voice was steady but thoughtful, like she was still working through it all. At the same time, she continued, I'm also in a place where I'm like, okay, I know what's been going on, I have the facts, but am I really ready to hand him those divorce papers? This is the first time I've ever seriously had to face this decision in our marriage. She looked away for a moment, then added, even with all the chaos, I'm still asking myself, is divorce the immediate answer? Or should we maybe try to separate first and see where things go? We're talking about how to split things fairly, trying to keep things respectful. So right now, we're not rushing into a legal divorce, but we're definitely thinking hard about what makes sense long term. More than anything, Rasheeda said she's focused on staying calm and taking care of her own well-being. It's not even just about the divorce at this point, she said honestly. It's about protecting my peace. I don't want to be stressed out. I'm trying to keep my mind clear and prepare myself for what's ahead, whether Kirk is involved in that future or not. Rasheeda's journey has been filled with highs and lows, and after years of dealing with Kirk's unfaithfulness, it seems she's finally putting herself first. Fans who followed their story from the beginning know just how much she's endured, emotionally, publicly, and personally. Their relationship, which began as a business partnership and a marriage, has played out in front of millions on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What started off with Kirk appearing as a supportive husband and manager slowly turned into a storyline full of conflict and heartbreak. By season 2, Kirk had already started to damage their trust. When Rasheeda told him she was pregnant instead of being happy, he accused her of cheating. That moment marked the beginning of a long line of betrayals. From being seen on camera with multiple women to pushing Rasheeda to consider an abortion, Kirk continued to cross lines. Even though they tried to fix things in season 3, his behavior didn't stop. In season 4, he brought even more drama, like hiring a bar waitress to be their child's babysitter, and intentionally creating conflict between his artist Ashley Nicole and Rasheeda's friend Shea. Through it all, Rasheeda kept trying to hold the family together. But now, she's done letting the chaos define her life. Whether or not the divorce becomes official soon, she's already made one thing clear: her peace, her health, and her happiness come first. Things really fell apart for Kirk and Rasheeda in season 6 when a huge secret came to light. Kirk had fathered a child with Jasmine, a woman who worked as a stripper. The news was devastating and led to a temporary split in season 7. But not long after, they ended up back together following the sudden and emotional loss of Kirk's mother. That moment of grief brought them closer, at least for a while. Still, their relationship never fully recovered. Kirk's pattern of cheating and being dishonest didn't stop, and Rasheeda was left to deal with the emotional aftermath, not just privately, but in front of millions of viewers. Their marriage became one of the most talked about storylines in the Love and Hip Hop franchise, and fans watched Rasheeda try again and again to hold things together. Now, as they approach 24 years of marriage, rumors are swirling that Rasheeda may finally be done. Whispers of divorce have people wondering if she's reached her limit after putting up with so much pain. After decades of drama, many believe she deserves peace, stability, and happiness, without the constant heartbreak caused by Kirk's choices. In a heartfelt and emotional conversation shown on Nom TV, Kirk finally opened up. He admitted that he had made a lot of mistakes in their relationship, mistakes that hurt Rasheeda and nearly ended their marriage. He spoke about the criticism he's faced over the years and acknowledged that he didn't always handle things the right way. Kirk admitted he wasn't perfect and expressed regret for the cheating that nearly broke them apart. He also said that, through everything, Rasheeda had stayed loyal, even when the world was watching their relationship fall apart. Lil Scrappy, who recently divorced Bambi, and Whitehead, who is also going through a breakup with Sierra Gates, both stepped in to show love and support for Rasheeda. They praised her strength and loyalty and recognized how tough her journey has been. Despite Kirk's apology, reactions from fans have been mixed. Some feel he's finally owning up to his wrongs, while others think it's too little, too late. After so many betrayals, it's hard for some people to believe change is really possible. Whether she officially files or not, it's clear Rasheeda is focusing on what's best for her now. If she does go through with the divorce, it'll be a big moment. Not just for her, but for fans who've watched her story unfold for years.